What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more video game music. As I mentioned, this is going to be only an occasional category, but I did want to get it going and get a few videos in the playlist, so we're going to listen to a more obscure, or a tune from a more obscure game now. We're going to listen to a tune from a game that I did play because my brother happened to get a 3DO. Now, 3DO, it was a game system by Panasonic. They were sort of working in conjunction with Sony to make a disc-based system, and then they eventually went their own separate ways. Sony kept working on it, and it became the original PlayStation. Panasonic made the 3DO, which it had some great games. One of my favorite games of all time, Star Control 2, which has excellent music, and we will get to that one. Oh, believe me, not only is there great music from the original game, but so many people like me loved the game and the music in it that some music producers in like the early 2000s did remixes of tunes from the games, and then there was an updated version of the game that was put out on the internet for free source code, and they put the music into it. So lots of music from Star Control 2 coming. But another great game on the 3DO, which is I think based on a computer game of the same name, is called Lost Eden. And it's this game, it's like this fantasy game where humans and dinosaurs exist in the same world, but the dinosaurs are sentient, and I think they don't use the same language, but you can eventually learn how to communicate with them and so on. So it's this sort of hybrid fantasy but time travel sort of video game. I remember it's a point and click game, so again, it was originally a computer game, and a lot of the computer games, because this is early 90s, so I don't remember what year the game came out, but I think Panasonic 3DO's lifespan was 92 or 3, or maybe 94 to 98 or something like that. It didn't last all that long. But anyway, my brother happened to get one, so I played this game a lot, and I remember thinking when I was playing it back in the day that it was a bit frustrating. I don't think I ever beat it, because it was one of those things where if you don't have the right item or you don't do things in the right order, you can't end up beating the game. But the whole time I was playing it, it's man, the music in all these different stages is amazing. And honestly, from the beginning of the game to however far I got, every piece was interesting. And in fact, it's the same thing as with Star Control 2. I know there were some later remixes done with slightly better production equipment, because they weren't limited to whatever the 3DO hardware could support. But yeah, there's a couple cool remixes, because the Citadel of Mo is the first tune that you hear in the game, and later there was a remix of it called Citadel of Knowledge. So we'll get to both of those. I'll probably do them in one video. But I did want to start with one of my favorites from this game, and it's called Tha's Secret. I don't remember exactly what scene it is in the game, or which group, because there's different groups of dinosaurs, and some of them are hostile and some of them are friendly, and so I don't remember which part of the game this is played in. But I do remember when I first heard it, it's one of those moments in an old school game where I just kind of let the game sit, because I just wanted to hear the tune go by once or twice and appreciate it. So here we go. This is Tha's Secret from the and the entire soundtrack is done by Stéphane Picq. It's Stéphane, Stephane, and then Picq. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing either of his names correctly, but if I'm not, I do apologize. But yeah, he did this entire soundtrack / score. So shout out to Stéphane Picq, and this is Tha's Secret from the game Lost Eden. I could use this on one of my ambient excursions, man. It's a tribal cry, or it's some sort of traditional woodwind instrument, but that's fucking awesome. Sorry for the profanity. Sneaks out every now and then. Sorry. deep bass is just carrying a lot of weight. And that, like, the snare coming like every four, like, there's some rhythmic creativity going on here. Shout out to that sort of chimey, mysterious melody. The, like, string kind of mysterious melody blending with that. Wicked, man. It's a shame this game wasn't on, the rival system, the PlayStation, or some format where it might have become better known. I feel like this soundtrack might be more famous in the history of gaming music. But yeah, as it is, I feel like it's like this obscure game that no one's heard of. But as I said, when I was playing it, my main thought was the music is so great. The gameplay almost became like a secondary thing. And don't get me wrong, I can swing with point and click games. I played Myst. I played, what's one of the other famous ones? I'm blanking on the name of it. It's sort of like Myst. But bottom line, it wasn't so much the gameplay itself. It was just I couldn't figure out some of the things to do, or like how you would get like the next part of the game to activate or whatever. But the whole part of all the parts of the game that I got to had excellent music. So I can only imagine that continued right to the end. So nevertheless, I do very much enjoy this soundtrack. Let me know if you've heard it before. Let me know if I haven't heard anything else by Stéphane Picq. But if anyone else knows anything he's done, do let me know. But yeah, I definitely, this soundtrack really stood out among games at that time. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're a fan of the game. Other than that, thank you for listening and watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.